Lockdowns, travel bans, and an unprecedented health crisis. COVID-19 has left no corner of the world untouched since it was officially declared a global pandemic in March of 2020. 2 years into the pandemic, China experienced its worst outbreak since the early days of the virus. Major cities across the country entered lockdowns, including some of its biggest financial and international hubs. We look at China, its zero-tolerance approach to COVID-19, and how it's affecting its economy and the global supply chain. Plus, Bollywood is big business in India, but has the pandemic pushed audiences online? We take a closer look at the country's emerging streaming giants. All that and more right here on Marketplace Asia. It's China's biggest and most affluent city, but its streets were empty for almost 2 months. In the spring of 2022, Shanghai battled its worst ever COVID-19 outbreak, determined to crush it with a zero-COVID strategy. It comes at a steep cost to its economy and has implications for the world.
Shanghai is an economic powerhouse for China. It holds one of the 2 stock exchanges.
Shanghai is home to the world's biggest container port. It's been up and running, but the lockdowns have triggered a bottleneck. According to logistics platform Project 44, by the end of April, shipment delays between China and major ports in the U.S. and Europe quadrupled. Truck drivers have also struggled to reach ports for pickup due to travel restrictions and testing requirements. China's zero-COVID strategy forced many factories in Shanghai to suspend operations. In late April, production resumed at Tesla, with CEO Elon Musk saying Tesla Shanghai is coming back with a vengeance. But the company warned it too is not immune from supply chain problems, which limits its factories from running at full capacity. According to data from the China Passenger Car Association, in April, Tesla's production in China slid 81% compared to March, and Tesla did not export a single Shanghai-made vehicle in April. Factories have been struggling to reopen as pandemic rules require the isolation of workers inside a closed loop, which includes living facilities at the factory. And some have had enough. All-out chaos in this viral video showing workers at Apple supplier Quanta clashing with guards in hazmat suits. And it's not just Shanghai. The pain of China's punishing lockdowns has been felt across the country, including the Chinese capital, Beijing. At least 32 Chinese cities are under full or partial lockdown, affecting up to 220 million residents. That's according to CNN's calculations of government data on May the 12th. Chinese Premier Li Keqiang pledged measures to boost jobs and maintain stability after warning of a complex and grave employment situation. That warning came after China's official jobless rate hit a near 2-year high of 5.8% in March. Meanwhile, China's export growth hit a 2-year low in April. And yet, despite the costs, China is refusing to let go of its zero-COVID policy. In a strongly worded speech, Chinese President Xi Jinping doubled down on China's pandemic strategy, saying, "At present, the COVID control work is at a critical stage of sailing upstream. If we do not advance, we will fall back. We should test everyone who should be tested, quarantine everyone who should be quarantined, and treat everyone who should be treated." International business is losing patience. Both the American and EU chambers of commerce in China warn of a mass exodus of foreign talent in the months ahead.
The mood is not good, obviously, and you can see from chamber survey to chamber survey, and 70% also say that they are withholding investment into China. We are not moving out of China, but definitely the inability of traveling into China and out again at the same time, this kind of uncertainty just puts everything on pause.
You've called China's leadership prisoners of their own narrative. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the narrative is East is rising, the West is dropping down. Look at the mess in America. We would love to have China with an off-ramp in order to show that actually you can live with Omicron. We would all accept this, but this uncertainty about basically sticking to zero tolerance is not a solution for us.
A strict zero-COVID policy has also hammered Hong Kong, both its economy and status as an international business hub. Incoming leader John Lee has pledged to solidify the city's international role.
What can you say right now to reassure the international community that Hong Kong is back open for business?
COVID is not going to live with us forever. At some stage, it will be under control. It is important that we will do a good balancing act so that on the one hand, we will keep the disease under control, but at the same time, we will allow business to go about as much as possible.
With restrictions easing and tourists permitted for the first time since 2020, Hong Kong is slowly moving toward opening up to the rest of the world. But the territory and its officials are still tethered to China, where punishing lockdowns have no end in sight. The bottom line for the global business community: brace yourselves for further fallout.